Today, I am joined by Antwan Staley. He is an NFL and Jets reporter for the New York Daily News. Antwan, so glad you could be here.
Hey, good to be with you.
Let's talk about the New York Jets. So, the very chaotic Aaron Rodgers era has come to an end. The Jets bring in Justin Fields, a 2-year, $40 million deal with $30 million guaranteed. What do you expect to see from this offense with Justin Fields?
I think it'll be more run centric and run heavy. I think a lot of times, especially with Aaron, it was very pass friendly there. He obviously didn't want to run the ball a little bit there, which cost him in a few games there. But Justin Fields' strength is running the football, and using his legs, and that to create passing plays down the field, but also create explosive plays with his legs. So I definitely think having that ability will help the running game, help him, help
Mhm.
like Brees Hall, and also help the passing game too as well. Because I think when you run the ball effectively, that brings more defenders up to the line of scrimmage, which also helps out the passing game, and you're able to throw balls a little bit more over the top, maybe single coverage. So yeah, I definitely think having a guy like that has that type of ability will help out in all could help out in all areas.
Do you think he could be their long-term solution? Because I think a lot of people may view him as a placeholder, but we have seen guys like Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold thrive in the right system, Geno Smith when he's given the
Yes.
chance.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a reclamation project. I mean, he's only 26 years old, so I definitely think
Exactly.
he has an opportunity to be the long term solution. But I think the Jets protected themselves by being able to get him out under that contract after a year. But yeah, he's still young enough where he can still develop. It's not like he was in great situations in Chicago with the coaching changes there and the lack of weapons that they've had. And Pittsburgh, I mean, he was there basically to be a backup quarterback for
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, and I think he did a good job. Finished 4-2 there. I think he had his highest completion percentage of his career last year, and I definitely think he was able to help that offense thrive a little bit, especially when Russell Wilson was out with that calf injury. So yeah, I definitely think he has a chance to be the Jets' long term solution.
How do you assess their free agency moves overall? Are they better or worse than this time a month ago?
I think it's kind of hard to say that they're better, especially when
Yeah.
you're losing guys like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Morgan Moses and Tyler Conklin. But I think from their perspective, they wanted to get younger. I mean, they were a
Mhm.
very heavy veteran-driven team last year. They tried to go for it, tried to compete for the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and obviously that didn't happen by finishing 5-12. And now they're trying something different there. That they have low-cost free agents that they want to see that they can develop there, and see if they could be a part of the long term plan there for the Jets. So it's hard to say that they're a better team there. They're just a different team,
Mhm.
and they have lower expectations. But yeah, I think I think I'd be crazy to say that they're a much better team,
Yeah.
especially when you lose that many potential future Hall of Famers and the talent that they
Yeah.
had last year.
Is there a signing from this free agency period that may be a bit less talked about but could have a big impact?
I mean, depending on like how you feel about, I mean, Brandon Stevens is another guy that they signed there too. I know, he had a bad year with the Ravens last year, gave up a lot of yards in the passing game there. But I think he's a veteran, cornerback that could potentially benefit by having a guy like Sauce Gardner on the other side, and
Yeah.
also Michael Carter the second too. So I think having those guys there could really benefit him moving forward there. So yeah, I definitely think if I'm looking at any of the signers, it'd probably be him or also Andre Cisco, who they also signed at the safety position too. So I think those two signings could potentially, may prove dividends there. They gave Stevens a lot of money, so they have a lot of expectations for him this upcoming year. So it'd be interesting to see how that all pans out.
One of my favorite additions this offseason, head coach Aaron Glenn. How do you see him changing the culture of this team? Because
Well,
they need it.
yeah, I was going to say, well, I think he kind of already is trying to do that there, especially with it being a much more quieter off season there with the Jets as
Yeah.
opposed to the last, really 2 years where it's been a lot of chaos there, even, either indirectly with the franchise by trading for Aaron Rodgers or also just the moves that they made. So I think he's trying to just, you know, the Jets have been bad for so long. I mean, it's been since 2010 since they made the playoffs. So, you need somebody that can be a culture setter and culture toner and like Aaron Glenn there. And it basically starts with just, day-to-day operations, just simple as that. And you carry it, and also just the way that the team is constructed there. I think he's trying to change that too, and just trying to have the players become more leaders. So yeah, I
Yes.
think it's going to take some time for it to develop, but I think he kind of sees, he wants the vision to be sort of like what they did in Detroit, where they also changed the culture there. Him and Dan Campbell, they came in,
Yep.
had a 3-13-1 record their first year in 2021, and then over time they continued to get better. They went from 3 wins to 9 wins in 22, 9 to 12 and 23, and then they had 15 wins a year ago. So yeah, I think he wants to see kind of a similar type of progression there with the Jets moving forward.
Thanks for watching this episode on the BetCanada channel. Hit that subscribe button because I've got more Jets content coming with Antoine that you don't want to miss.